I got myself the MatrixPad Z1 from Vankyo. Kids Edition! Here it is, the MatrixPad Z1 Kids Edition from Vankyo. Let's get it unboxed. So it's quite a, before I open it, it's quite a thick, chunky box, to be honest with you. Rather large when you compare it to some of the other similar devices, but it is just a box. So let's get rid of the lid and see what we've got inside. We have the main thing, the tablet. Oh, there I am. Hello. I'll just move that to the side, and underneath we've got a few bits and pieces in here. So in this additional box here, let's have a look at what we have. We have a plug with a USB power outlet on it, UK one, and we also have, I can assume this is the charging cable. Don't need to do anything with that. I shall put it back in the box for now. And we also have 3 user manuals. So we've got the Vankyo MatrixPad Z1 user guide. This is the one that you would get with the 7-inch version, the non-kids 7-inch version, sorry. And there's quite a lot of interesting information on there. So how to add an SD card, that kind of thing. Nice colour manual. And we also have then the kids user manual. So we've got a few extra pages which runs us through the kiddos, which is the sort of the thing that I'm going to talk to you most about later on in this video, and how to set that up. And then we have another bit of a manual. This just tells you what everything is. So basically how to charge it, what you've got on the sides, what they all mean, that kind of thing, how to unlock the device, and how to use the kids case, which is another fantastic thing that comes with this device. So that's it. We'll get rid of the box and we'll jump in with the device itself. So first things first, before I power it on, let's have a look at this case. So, yeah, it's one of those where you can just drop it and generally not worry that it's going to smash the tablet. And we'll look at each side. So we've got the power switch there. We've also got volume rocker next to it. On this side we have a headphone jack just in here. And we also have an SD card slot and the USB power. There's, on the other top side, there's absolutely nothing, and there's nothing on the remaining side that we've not looked at. So we'll take a quick look at the case itself. So what you'll see on the back, we have a speaker and a camera, and on the front, actually I didn't point that out, we've also got a camera there. So on the back you'll also notice that there's this interesting moon-shaped thing. Now what this is, I'll just flick that up, it's a carrying handle, so children can carry the device quite easily, easy to grip, and they could probably chew on it and not cause much damage. But it spins around and it locks, so it goes full 360 degrees, and it also locks at whatever angle you would like it to go at. So you can actually use it as a stand. So we can stand it up like that, just give that a bit of a spin, or we could turn it that way, stand it up like that, or we could get a really deep angle on there and have it like that, and we can adjust that angle however we like. We could have it almost flat if we wanted to. So really nice touch this. Really impressed with what this case does. The additional cost of this device versus the non-kids edition is because of this fantastic case, but also the Kiddos software that's on there, which we will take a look at. So once we're into the device, we are presented with a lovely little teddy bear. So we'll just unlock the device there. Android is, you'll see I've installed a few apps on here. Android is fairly snappy. Now what you get on here is the Android Go edition, so some of the apps are slightly less demanding than their full app counterparts, but that doesn't mean that you don't get the full functionality. Plus, with Android Go edition you can also remove the Go apps and install the full versions anyway. So let's take a quick look at the specs. We get Android 8.1 Go edition. Got a 64-bit quad-core processor, 1 GB of RAM, an IPS display of 1024 by 600. It does refer to eye protection. What that is, that's a blue light filter, very handy. 32 GB of storage. It has up to 8 hours battery life. And you've got a 2 megapixel HD front camera, which I have tried it out. It's not very good, but it's good enough for video calls. And then you've also got a 2 megapixel rear camera, which again, it's not very good, but it's a camera, it's there. So it comes with a 2500 milliamp hour battery, which is fairly small, but because it's got Android 8.1 Go on there, it does do quite well in terms of not requiring charging very often. So the quad-core processor runs at 1.5 gigahertz and it weighs 250 grams. So the CPU is actually a quad-core Cortex A35 chip at 1.5 gigahertz. It's 64-bit and it will handle SD cards up to 128 gigabytes. And it's also compatible with the Google Voice Assistant, so if you like you could use this as an always-on assistant. And we're just going to set up the Kiddos app. So I just opened the Kiddos app off the home screen. So I just need to set some of the required access on there. And first things first, we are in there as a guest. So I will set up and sign up for a parent's account. So I'll just do that off camera. Right, I've got that all set up and I am good to go. So what we can do on the parental control thing is we've got pretty much full control over what our children can do. So there's some pre-approved websites which we can stick with. So you get a huge list of those. But you can also add your own. So if you wanted, for example, to add I don't know, CBeebies in the UK maybe, you could add that website as one of the allowed sites. You can set time limits in here, so you can say when your children can use the device. So you can set it, I don't know if you can see that, but you can set it so there is a time limit on the whole of the usage, and or you can set the times between which the child can play on the device. Online games, video channels, very similar. That allows access to certain items of content. There is a Kiddos Play Store in here which just has some of their own apps in there along with some others. Now initially I thought, oh heck, that's no good. What if we want to use our own apps from the Play Store? Well, we're in luck. So we've got the approved apps there, but you can also add anything you like from the Google Play Store. So you could literally add the Google Play Store if you trust your child, but that would defeat the object of using the software. So you wouldn't want to do that, so we'd probably not have that. But as you can see, it will allow you to put anything on there if you've got it on there. So for example, if I wanted one of my children to look at the Antutu 3D bench, I could do if I so wanted to, but obviously I don't want to do that. So for example there we could add Google Maps if you trust your child to do that. But you have full control over this. Once you are out of the parental control bit, you can hit that and you can set it up with your password so that the child can't get out of this and cannot access the normal launcher. So very, very cool, very much in control of what your child can and can't do, which is fantastic news for those of us who want to allow our children to use a tablet but do not want them going on any content that we deem unsuitable. This may feel a little bit wrong in that I am going to do some benchmark testing on the device. So in order to do that, I am going to just quickly lock the device and I'm going to take it out of the case. And basically inside what you have is the non-kids edition of the Vankyo MatrixPad Z1. So if you no longer want your child to use it, you can still use it as a normal Android tablet. And you can remove the childlike backgrounds on there and you can use it as a full-on Android tablet. So let's take a look at these benchmarks. Benchmark wise, I have put the scores up against the scores that the recent Amazon tablets have scored, but also the Blackview A60 mobile phone that I recently reviewed. So what we are going to do, I'm actually adding this twice because the Vankyo MatrixPad Z1 on its own, the non-kids edition, does represent slightly better value for money when it comes to specs. So I've added it on there as a bit of a fair comparison because you're actually paying the extra for the kids software plus the kids case. So in order to make it a bit more fair, I've added it there. Now prices that are on this graph are at the time of review. So in terms of value for money, you're not quite, with my calculations, you are not quite getting as good a value for money as the Amazon Kindle Fire 7. However, you are getting a lot of parental reassurance that you will be able to use the device without your child or children encountering anything nasty on the internet. In terms of Geekbench, both the MatrixPad Z1 7-inch and the MatrixPad Z1 7-inch Kids Edition have obviously scored the same scores as they are exactly the same device. Geekbench single core, the MatrixPad Z1 scored 406, which is higher than the Blackview A60, but not quite as good as the Kindle Fire 7-inch, the 2017 edition and 2019 edition. The Z1 7-inch scored 1009 on the Geekbench multi-core, which is again slightly better than the Blackview A60, but not quite up to standard with the Amazon Kindle Fire 7-inch. The 3D Mark Ice Storm Extreme, it scored 3083, which absolutely whooped the Blackview A60. However, again, Kindle Fire slightly higher score. So the main question here is, would I recommend buying this? The answer is, despite it not offering as much value as the Amazon Kindle Fire 7-inch, for the Z1 Matrix without the Kids edition added on, I would still recommend it. Now, the main reason for that is, yes, you can put the Play Store onto the Amazon Fire 7-inch tablets. However, the amount of overhead that the processor takes when you've got the Amazon ecosystem and the Google Play ecosystem running in the background actually makes the Kindle feel a lot slower. You're also getting a much more up-to-date version of Android with this device. So you're getting things like power management that is second to none. With the Play Store already being installed and fully supported officially by Google Play, you are getting quite a good bit of value from that. So as an alternative to the Kindle Fire 7, I would recommend buying this if you don't want to get yourself into the Amazon ecosystem. By all means, if you're already in there and you're seemingly trapped like a lot of people, then fair play, go for the Amazon Kindle Fire 7. Kids edition, definitely would recommend. This is quite easily the best parental control that I've seen on a cheap device like this. Yes, again, the Amazon Kindle Fire does have those features. However, you don't get them for free and you have to pay a subscription, which you may not know. So if you are considering buying an Amazon Kindle Fire 7-inch for your children, then what I would say is be prepared for an annual subscription if you want to manage what apps your children can and cannot access. To me, the fact that this is slightly slower in terms of processing power shouldn't really matter for a kid's device. It handles a lot of children's games very, very well, and it also handles video playback exceptionally well thanks to the Google ecosystem. So being provided with the opportunity to do quite an in-depth review of this device, I'm pleasantly surprised at what alternatives there are out there other than the Amazon Fire tablets. You will know already if you've seen some of the other videos on my channel that I'm a massive fan of the Amazon Kindle Fire tablets. However, this has changed my mind and I am massively impressed, particularly around the larger storage that you receive on this and the fact that it comes with Android Go, which gives you all of the Google functionality that you might require, but a lot of the apps don't take up very much space as the functionality is very basic but gets the job done. Thank you for watching today, and if you would like to help my channel out, please do hit the subscribe button below. If you would like me to review your products, get in touch with me and I am usually more than willing to do so. So let me know what you think about this device in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.